against the glass. Snow rests quietly, letting hours pass. The cafe hums with a gentle sound, like it knows something sacred has been found.
I trace circles in the steam between us, wondering how this became so precious. Coffee stains mark the table like time, each one a memory, simple and kind.
Outside, winter slows the beating streets. Every footstep softened beneath our feet. Inside,
Your voice wraps around the room, turning ordinary air into something warm and true. I never thought love would feel this calm. No fireworks, no sudden alarm, just the steady rhythm of cups and breath. A quiet defiance of the rush of everything else. No gathered secrets on every ledge, while we sit here balanced on the edge, between what was and what might begin, between the cold outside and the warmth within.
your hand finds mine without a word, and suddenly everything makes sense unheard. Like coffee and snow were meant to meet, bitter and pure in perfect retreat. The cafe clock forgets how to move, as if time itself approves of two hearts learning how to stay without promises, without needing to say. When we finally stand to leave this place,
Snow waits patiently falling with grace,
and I know even when this day is gone, its warmth will quiet linger on. Because love doesn't shout, it doesn't race. Sometimes it simply shares a space, a small cafe, a winter view, coffee cooling, snow falling, and me choosing you.
soft radiance drifts across the gentle edge of waking, carrying a shimmer born from the early rise of morning. I breathe into the tender quiet resting on the horizon, letting its subtle glow ripple through the center of my thoughts.
A mellow rhythm unfolds beneath the pale and trembling sky, moving like a delicate stream across the cone. Within my chest, its every pulse invites me toward a brighter field of clarity, where every drifting line of sound becomes a guiding lantern. The hush of dawn expands in smooth unbroken motion, spreading luminous threads through slowly shifting shadows. I follow the faint cadence, circling light in the air, letting its gentle sway dissolve the remnants of the warm vibration carries traces of a promise unspoken.
A quiet invitation shaped from soft awakening hues. It glides around my breathing with serene, unhurried grace, wrapping my restless pulse in mellow rising comfort. Your distant tone appears like the echo of a golden silhouette, held delicately above the faint horizon's glimmer. It drifts with soft intention through the brightened morning, interlacing memory and sound into fluid radiant shade.
Each phrase you leave behind rests lightly on my senses, lifting the veils of silence with slow unfolding warmth.
I linger in the drift of color, circling your melody, finding calm where the subtle glow begins to settle. The horizon burns in shades of red, the promise of love, unspoken, unsaid. I see your reflection in the fading light, a fleeting vision holding me tight. Every step I take, I feel you near, a tender whisper only I can hear. The wind carries the echo of your name, a melody that sets my heart aflame. Through crowded streets, through silent nights, through moments of longing, through city lights, I chase the warmth that you leave behind, a trace of your love etched in my mind. I recall the first touch, gentle and shy, the spark between us, the silent sigh, every smile a chapter, every tear a song, in this story of us where we belong. The crimson sky melts into dusky blue, yeah, nothing compares to the depth of you. Through seasons changing, through time's embrace, I find the reflection of your face. If distance calls, I will still arrive, for your love keeps my heart alive. No ocean, no mountain, no endless smile can dim the light of your tender smile. Even in the quiet when the world sleeps, I hold you close in memories I keep. Your laugh, your tears, your gentle way remind me that love will always stay beneath the crimson sky. I promise true.
against the window pane. A gentle rhythm echoing your name. Inside the world fades, leaving only you. Every thought, every feeling, tender and true. The night hums softly, a velvet lullaby. We sit in silence, watching time drift by. Your hand finds mine, a perfect fit in this quiet moment. Our hearts commit. I remember mornings kissed by your light. The way you held me through the long night. Every word a caress, every glance a spark, guiding me gently out of the dark. Through city streets glistening under rain. Through whispered secrets and gentle pain, I find in you a world so wide. A place where I can always hide. The scent of coffee, the warmth of your skin, the subtle blush of a quiet grin. Every shared moment, every fleeting glance turns the ordinary into a dance. Even when shadows cloud my mind, your love like sunlight I always find. Through trials, through loss, through silent fears, I hear your voice across the years. In the rhythm of rain I hear our song, a melody where we both belong. Through laughter, through sorrow, through endless rain, I feel your presence again and again. Velvet rainfall, washing the past away, leaving only love that will stay. Every heartbeat, every sigh, every tear draws our story ever near. And when the world grows dark and cold, I hold your hand, our fingers both. The evening whispers through the amber haze, softly painting memories of our days. I walk along familiar streets alone, yet in my heart I feel your tone. Your laughter lingers like a gentle flame, filling empty corners with your name. Every shadow stretches toward the light, guided by your warmth in the quiet night. I think of the first time our hands brushed, a fleeting touch that left my spirit hushed. Through every heartbeat, every sigh, every glance, I am caught in this delicate dance. The moon reflects on the river's glance, a silver ribbon tracing moments that pass. Even in silence, I hear your song, a melody that carries me along. flowers. Your presence blooms in the smallest things, the scent of rain, the joy of memory brings. If the world were to crumble, fade or fall, your light would remain the truest call. I follow it through storms and rain, through quiet streets and lingering pain. Every kiss a spark beneath the night sky, every glance a truth no words can deny. In this gentle, fragile, fleeting time, I hold your soul in every line. Silent glow. The cafe wakes before the city breeze, windows fogged with quiet dreams. Snow falls slow like it has nowhere else to be, and I find myself already thinking of you and me. A cup of coffee warms my palms and my thoughts. Every sip feels heavier than it ought, not because it's dark or strong or new, but because it carries the silence I share with you. The street outside, dressed in white, cars move softly like they're afraid of the light. Inside this cafe, time loosens its grip, seconds dissolve with every careful sip. Oh, your coat smells like winter air and distance. Oh, your smile breaks through my last resistance, and suddenly the snow doesn't feel so cold. It feels like a story waiting to be told. We talk in pauses and glances, held too long in quiet laughs that feel like a song. The coffee cools but the feeling stays, stretching gently across these fragile days. I never planned to fall for a moment so small. A table, 2 cups, snow against the wall. But love doesn't ask, it doesn't explain, it just arrives like snow again and again. Yeah, when the door opens and the cold slips in, I wish the world would just stay thin, small enough to fit this cafe scene, where nothing surges through the quiet morning, lifting slender beams of light across the softened horizon. I breathe into the gentle motion, traveling through the dawn, letting each mellow shimmer settle through the center of my pulse. The subtle curve of rhythm forms beneath the pale sky, moving like a quiet river through the silence of early hours. Its serene vibration unwinds the remnants of forgotten dreams, guiding my drifting thoughts toward peaceful awakening. Delicate hum expands through the warmth of rising colors, spreading smooth reflections across the open breath of day. I follow the graceful arc woven through the tranquil stillness, allowing its soft sway to cradle the edges of my senses. Every faint refrain drifts like a sunlit feather, touching the air with gentle threads of luminous calm. I move within the serene unfolding, shaped by quiet resonance, breathing slowly into the glow that gathers on the horizon. Your voice arrives like a glistening outline of morning hue, carried lightly by the mellow swing beneath the sky. It glides with subtle rhythm along the shimmering brightness, intertwining memory with the tender warmth of awakening. Each note you cast forward gathers into radiant symmetry, resting softly on the shifting surface of my thoughts. I follow the luminous path drawn from your gentle cadence, finding steady comfort within its tranquil guiding. Through the calm and muted stillness, casting gentle hues of blue across the waking sky. I drift inside the soft unraveling of lingering dreams, feeling their fragile edges melt beneath the early shimmer. A smooth and subtle cadence begins to stir my senses, drawing quiet lines of brightness through the air around me. It rises with a slow and graceful glow of clarity, restoring every hidden place with peaceful trembling light. A mellow pulse gathers in the silence of the dawning, touching each moment with a hint of quiet promise. I follow where the floating harmonies begin to lean, leading with them into the ease of warm awakening. The gentle sway of physics through my wandering thoughts, guiding them toward the open field of morning calm. I breathe into the soft dark drifting through the early blue, letting its tender resonance cradle the shifting hours. Ooh, your voice appears like a glimmer on the moving horizon, a delicate outline etched against the cool morning glow. It carries the warmth of unspoken recollections, filling the gentle air with threads of soothing color. Each tone you leave becomes an anchor for my breathing, steadying the subtle tremor of my half-awakened pulse. I trace the quiet path your melody unfolds around me, finding refuge in the calm it sets within my thoughts.
Soft golden rays flow gently through the trembling quiet, spreading warmth across the edges of an unbroken morning. I lift my thoughts into the calm unfolding sky, feeling each mellow glimmer settle softly on my senses. The rhythm drifting underneath the early glow moves with a graceful pulse that stirs my resting heartbeat. It carries hints of gentle stories waiting to be told, woven into tender shapes that shimmer in the silence. A delicate refrain sweeps lightly past my breathing, tinged with shades of amber rising through the hush. It circles me with lines of smooth and airy harmonies, opening quiet spaces where my wandering thoughts can settle. I follow the warm cadence swirling through the brightness, letting its gentle sway guide me toward new awakenings. Its soft unfolding motion drifts like floating color, painting every moment with steady, peaceful glow. Your distant tone appears like sunlight on the horizon, a warm reflection resting lightly on my memory. It echoes with a gentle sway that brightens every shadow, gliding calmly through the stillness of the morning air. Each tender phrase settles deep within my breathing, binding with a quiet shimmer rising from the dawn. I trace the contours of the sound you leave behind, finding comfort in the golden pulse that guides me.
There's a silver shimmer resting on the early horizon, a slender glow that moves like quiet waves across my thoughts. I breathe into the softness, drifting through the gentle rays, feeling every muted tone slide easily along my pulse. The world awakens slowly underneath a warming haze, and I hear a soothing rhythm echoing through distant corners. Its mellow steps unwind the fragile knots within my mind and lead me through a delicate refrain of peaceful clarity. A tender hum rises in the stillness of the quiet air, gliding past the edges of forgotten recollections. It settles like a feather brushing lightly on my senses, carrying the warmth of gentle phrases shaped in morning colors. I let the graceful cadence gather in the spaces of my breathing, allowing every drifting spark to brighten what was dim. The soft note sways in unison with my wandering thoughts, lifting them like petals through the pale and tender aura. Your echo forms a silhouette of shimmering intention, a gentle outline dancing on the surface of my memory. It moves with the mellow swing of lightly glowing rhythms and glides along the calmness spreading through the early hours. Every subtle tone you shape becomes a lantern for my heartbeat, guiding me across the quiet sea of new beginnings. I linger in the stillness where your harmony is rising, letting it fill the open air with silver beams of comfort. Soft golden rays flow gently through the trembling quiet, spreading warmth across the edges of an unbroken morning. I lift my thoughts into the calm unfolding sky, feeling each mellow glimmer settle softly on my senses. The rhythm drifting underneath the early glow moves with a graceful pulse that stirs my resting heartbeat. It carries hints of gentle stories waiting to be told, woven into tender shapes that shimmer in the silence.
A delicate refrain sweeps lightly past my breathing, tinged with shades of amber rising through the hush. It circles me with lines of smooth and airy harmonies, opening quiet spaces where my wandering thoughts can settle. I follow the warm cadence swirling through the brightness, letting its gentle sway guide me toward new awakenings. Its soft unfolding motion drifts like floating color, painting every moment with a steady, peaceful glow. tone appears like sunlight on the horizon, a warm reflection resting lightly on my memory. It echoes with a gentle sway that brightens every shadow, gliding calmly through the stillness of the morning air. Each tender phrase settles deep within my breathing, binding with the quiet shimmer rising from the dawn. I trace the contours of the sound you leave behind, finding comfort in the golden pulse that guides me.
The night unfolds like whispered dreams, soft shadows dancing under silver beams. I trace your silhouette against the glow, every heartbeat telling me what I already know. Through quiet streets we wander slow, hands entwined, letting the gentle night flow. Your laughter drifts like a fragile tune beneath the pale, embracing moon. I remember the first time our eyes collided. The universe paused, everything subsided. Your smile, a spark that lit the dark, a flame eternal, igniting my heart. Every word you speak a melody, every glance a secret symphony. In this quiet world where only we exist, I find my solace in the warmth of your kiss. Through fleeting hours and restless days, your presence lingers in countless ways. The scent of rain on the cobblestone reminds me that I am never alone. Your voice, soft as midnight air, wraps around me, brushing away despair. I lean closer, surrender to the night, lost in your gaze, everything feels right. The city sleeps while our story unfolds, a timeless tale that cannot be told. Every whisper, every tender embrace, etches forever in this sacred space. Even when distance dares to grow, I carry your warmth in every shadow. No force, no storm can break this tether.
将让全新的力量在你的武器中流淌。
I wake inside a hush of gentle amber light, where the quiet rises slowly through the pale horizon, carrying the shimmer of a day. say, not yet spoken. In the soft unfolding glow I hear a tender rhythm, circling like a promise, drifting through the open air. Your distant silhouette appears in fading echoes, and every breath you leave behind becomes a fragile thread that pulls me toward the center of a calm, unfolding dawn. I wander through the warmth that gathers on the skyline, letting the subtle shimmer wrap around my restless pulse. There's a tender breeze that hums along the edge of memory, filling every empty corner with the quiet drifting harmony. I feel the mellow swing beneath my feet, a gentle pulse that carries me across the early hours. And suddenly the world begins to bloom in soft refrains that sparkle like the quiet of a hopeful dream. Your voice returns inside a distant ringing glow, floating lightly on the rhythm of a slow awakening. I follow every tone you leave suspended in the air, letting them settle softly on the rising colors of the sky. Every note becomes a pathway to the calm within the quiet, and I move with the mellow sway that circles through the morning. If I listen long enough, the world becomes a canvas painted with the subtle pulse of something warm. Soft currents drift beneath the pale and rising glow, moving gently through the quiet shapes of early daylight. I lean into the warmth that gathers on the horizon, feeling every subtle shimmer brush along my breathing. There's a calm unfolding rhythm humming near my thoughts, lifting tender fragments of the night that slowly fades. Each gentle resonance circles like a whispered promise, guiding me toward the mellow clarity beneath the morning sky. A delicate pattern forms inside the hush of waking hours, woven from faint echoes floating through the luminous air. I follow the smooth sway resting on the trembling breeze, letting it soften all the corners where my worries hid. The slow brightening tone unfolds gliding through my heartbeat with a tranquil amber glow. It paints the quiet with light lines of drifting harmony, inviting me to linger in the warmth that slowly deepens.
培养一种蕴藏的磅礴之美，将让全新的力量在你的武器中流淌。
Your distant outline rises like a silhouette of sound, shining through the golden edge of still unbroken daylight. It carries gentle phrasing, shade from soft intent. There's a golden hush suspended over early quiet, casting warm reflections through the stillness of the dawn. I ease into the tender glow that stretches toward the skyline, letting every subtle glimmer soften the weight of lingering night. A low mellow rhythm hums beneath the silence, swaying through the morning air with delicate intention. The pulse is smooth, unfolding like a feathered echo, guiding my restless thoughts toward gentle equilibrium. A faint vibration circles through the warm horizon, shaping fragile syllables of calm within my breathing. I lean into the rising shimmer that spreads across the hours, following its graceful movement through the brightening air. Its gentle curves unwind the tangled remnants of the night, illuminating quiet corners with soft expanding color. I step within the tender sweep of glowing resonance, allowing it to guide my senses toward a peaceful center. Your distant melody appears like softened sunlight, casting a quiet trail of warmth along my drifting memory. It glides with effortless poise across the trembling brightness, binding sound and radiance into a single tender outline. Every phrase you shape becomes a small awakening, nudging open the petals of the slowly stirring morning. I hold the luminous echoes resting on your gentle cadence, letting them gather into steady comfort at my core. Morning light leans against the glass, snow rests quietly letting hours pass. The cafe hums with a gentle sound, like it knows something sacred has been found.
I trace circles in the steam between us, wondering how this became so precious. Coffee stains mark the table like time, each one a memory, simple and kind. Outside,
Winter slows the beating streets, every footstep softened beneath our feet. Inside, your voice wraps around the room,
turning ordinary air into something warm and true. I never thought love would feel this calm. No fireworks, no sudden alarm, just a steady rhythm of cups and breath, a quiet defiance of the rush of everything else. lights on every ledge, while we sit here balanced on the edge, between what was and what might begin, between the cold outside and the warmth within.
Your hand finds mine without a word, and suddenly everything makes sense unheard. Like coffee and snow were meant to meet, bitter and pure in perfect retreat. The cafe clock forgets how to move,
As if time itself approves
of two hearts learning how to stay without promises, without needing to say. When we finally stand to leave this place, snow waits patient. Soft radiance drifts across the gentle edge of waking, carrying a shimmer born from the early rise of morning. I breathe into the tender quiet, resting on the horizon, letting its subtle glow ripple through the center of my thought.
A mellow rhythm unfolds beneath the pale and trembling sky.
Moving like a delicate stream across the calm within my chest.
This airy pulse invites me toward a brighter field of clarity, where every drifting line of sound becomes a guiding lantern. The hush of dawn expands in smooth, unbroken motion, spreading luminous threads through slowly shifting shadows. I follow the faint cadence, circling lightly in the air, letting its gentle sway
Dissolve the remnants of the night. The warm vibration carries traces of a promise unspoken, a quiet invitation shaped from soft awakening hue.
It glides around my breathing with serene, unhurried grace, wrapping my restless pulse in mellow rising comfort. Your distant tone appears like the echo of a golden silhouette, held delicately above the faint horizon's glimmer. It drips with soft intention through the brightening morning, interlacing memory and sound into fluid radiant shade.
Each phrase you leave behind rests lightly on my senses.
Lifting the veils of silence with slow unfolding warmth. I linger in the drift of color, circling your melody, finding calm where the subtle glow begins to settle. Horizon burns in shades of red, a promise of love, unspoken, unsaid. I see your reflection in the fading light, a fleeting vision holding me tight. Every step I take, I feel your need. A tender whisper only I can hear. The wind carries the echo of your name, a melody that sets my heart aflame. Through crowded streets, through silent night. Through crowded streets, through silent nights. Through moments of longing, through city lights. I chase the warmth that you leave behind. A trace of your love etched in my mind. I recall the first touch, gentle and shy. The spark between us, the silent sigh. Every smile a chapter, every tear a song in this story of us, where we belong. The crimson sky melts into dusky blue, yet nothing compares to the depth of you. Through seasons changing, through time's embrace, I find the reflection of your face. If distance calls, I will still arrive. For your love keeps my heart alive. No ocean, no mountain, no endless mile can dim the light of your tender smile. Even in the quiet, when the world sleeps, I hold you close in memories I keep. Your laugh, your tears, your gentle way remind me that love will always stay. Beneath the crimson sky, I promise true. Every breath I take belongs to you. Through storms, through fire, through endless
The cafe waits before the city breeze. Windows fogged with quiet dreams. Snow falls slow like it has nowhere else to be. And I find myself already thinking of you and me. A cup of coffee warms my palms and my thoughts. Every sip feels heavier than it ought. Not because it's dark or strong or new, but because it carries the silence I share with you. Oh, ooh. The street outside is dressed in white. Cars move softly like they're afraid of the light. Inside this cafe, time loosens its grip. The seconds dissolve with every careful sip. Your coat smells like winter air and distance. Your smile breaks through my last resistance. And suddenly the snow doesn't feel so cold. It feels like a story waiting to be told. We talk in pause, and glances held too long, and quiet laughs that feel like a song. Ooh, the coffee cools, but the feeling stays, stretching gently across these fragile days. Never planned to fall for a moment so small. A table, 2 cups, snow against the wall. But love doesn't ask, it doesn't explain. It just arrives like snow, again and again. When the door opens and the cold slips in, I wish the world would just stay thin, small enough to fit this cafe scene. A silver shimmer resting on the early horizon. A slender glow that moves like quiet waves across my thoughts. I breathe into the softness drifting through the gentle rays, feeling every muted tone slide easily along my pulse. The world awakens slowly underneath a warming haze, and I hear a soothing rhythm echoing through distant corners. Its mellow steps unwind the fragile knots within my mind and lead me through a delicate refrain of peaceful clarity. A tender hum rises in the stillness of the quiet air, gliding past the edges of forgotten recollections. It settles like a feather, brushing lightly on my senses, carrying the warmth of gentle phrases shaped in morning colors. I let the graceful cadence gather in the spaces of my breathing, allowing every drifting spark to brighten what was dim. The soft lilt sways in unison with my wandering thoughts, lifting them like petals through the pale and tender aura. Your echo forms a silhouette of shimmering intention, a gentle outline dancing on the surface of my memory. It moves with a mellow swing of lightly glowing rhythms and glides along the calmness spreading through the early hours. Every subtle tone you shape becomes a lantern for my heartbeat, guiding me across the quiet sea of new beginnings. I linger in the stillness where your harmony is rising, letting it fill the open air with silver beams of comfort. A dirham rises in the stillness of the quiet air, gliding past the edges of forgotten recollections. It settles like a feather, brushing lightly on my senses, carrying the warmth of gentle phrases shaped in morning colors. I let the graceful cadence gather in the spaces of my breathing, allowing every drifting spark to brighten what was dim. The soft little sways in unison with my wandering thoughts, lifting them like petals through the pale and tender aura.
Rays flow gently through the trembling fire, spreading warmth across the edges of an unbroken morning. I lift my thoughts into the calm unfolding sky, feeling each mellow glimmer settle softly on my senses. The rhythm drifting underneath the early glow moves with the graceful pulse that stirs my resting heartbeat. It carries hints of gentle stories waiting to be told, woven into tender shapes that shimmer in the silence. A delicate refrain sweeps lightly past my breathing, tinged with shades of amber rising through the hush. It circles me with lines of smooth and merry harmonies, opening quiet spaces where my wandering thoughts can settle. I follow the warm cadence swirling through the brightness, letting its gentle sway guide me toward new awakenings. Its soft unfolding motion drifts like floating colors, painting every moment with a steady, peaceful glow. Your distant tone appears like sunlight on the horizon,
The night unfolds like whispered dreams, soft shadows dancing under silver beams. I trace your silhouette against the glow, every heartbeat telling me what I already know. Through quiet streets we wander slow, hands entwined, letting the gentle night flow. Your laughter drifts like a fragile tune beneath the pale, embracing moon. I remember the first time our eyes collided. The universe paused, everything subsided. Your smile a spark that lit the dark, a flame eternal igniting my heart. Every word you speak a melody, every glance a secret symphony. In this quiet world where only we exist, I find my solace in the warmth of your kiss. Through fleeting hours and restless days, your presence lingers in countless ways. The scent of rain on the cobblestone reminds me that I am never alone. Your voice soft as midnight air wraps around me, brushing away despair. I lean closer, surrender to the night, lost in your gaze, everything feels right. The city sleeps while our story unfolds, a timeless tale that cannot be told. Every whisper, every tender embrace etches forever in this sacred space. Soft currents drift beneath the horizon, moving gently through the quiet shapes of early daylight. I lean into the warmth that gathers on the horizon, feeling every subtle shimmer brush along my groove. There's a calm unfolding rhythm humming near my feet, lifting tender fragments of the night that slowly fades. Each gentle resonance circles like a whispered promise, guiding me toward the mellow clarity of the morning sky. The delicate pattern forms inside the hush of waking hours, woven from faint echoes floating through the luminous air. I follow the smooth sway carries gentle phrasing, shape soft intention. Setting on the morning air like lightly falling color. Every subtle tone you leave becomes a fire lantern, guiding me across the early path of calm. I hold the moon and cast upon my wandering thoughts, carrying me deeper into the shadows. Warm reflections through the stillness of the dawn. I ease into the tender glow that stretches toward the skyline. Letting every subtle glimmer soften the weight of lingering night. A low and mellow rhythm hums beneath the silence, swaying through the morning air with delicate intention. The pulse is smooth, unfolding like a fluttering bow, guiding my restless thoughts toward gentle equilibrium. A faint vibration circles through the warm horizon, shaping fragile syllables of calm within my breathing. I lean into the rising shimmer that spreads across the hours, following its graceful movement through the brightening air. Its gentle curves unwind the tangled remnants of the night, illuminating quiet corners with soft expanding color. I step within the tender sweep of glowing resonance, allowing it to guide my senses toward a peaceful center. Your distant melody appears like softened sunlight, casting a quiet trail of warmth along my drifting memory. It glides with effortless poise across the trembling brightness, binding sound and radiance into a single tender outline. Every phrase you shape becomes a small awakening, nudging open the petals of the slowly stirring morning. I hold the luminous echoes resting on your gentle cadence, letting them gather into steady comfort at my morning light leans against the glass, slow rest quietly, letting hours pass. The cafe hums with a gentle sound, like you know something sacred has been found.
I trace circles in the steam between us, wondering how this became so precious. Coffee stains mark the table like time, each one a memory, simple and kind.
Outside winter slows the beating streets, every footstep softened beneath our feet. Inside your voice wraps around the room, turning ordinary air into something warm. Your hand finds mine without a word, and suddenly everything makes sense unheard. Like coffee and snow were meant to meet, bitter and pure in perfect retreat. The cafe clock forgets how to move, as if time itself approves of two hearts learning how to stay without promises, without needing to say. When we finally stand to leave this place,
Snow waits patiently falling with grace, and I know even when this day is gone, its warmth will quiet linger on. Because love doesn't shout, it doesn't race. Sometimes it simply shares a space, a small cafe, a winter view, coffee cooling, snow falling, and me choosing you. Soft radiance drifts across the gentle edge of waking, carrying a shimmer born from the early rise of morning. I breathe into the tender quiet resting in the horizon, letting it settle, glow through the center of my thoughts.
a mellow rhythm unfolds beneath the pale and trembling sky, moving like a delicate stream across the calm within my chest. Its airy pulse invites me toward a brighter field of clarity, where every drifting line of sound becomes a
Guiding mentor, the hush of dawn expands on smooth unbroken motion, spreading luminous threads through slowly shifting shadows. I follow the faint cadence, circling like in the air, letting its gentle sway dissolve the remnants of the night.
warm vibration carries traces of a promise unspoken.
Quiet invitation shaped from soft awakening hues. It glides around my breathing with serene unhurried ease, wrapping my restless pulse in mellow rising comfort. Your distant tone appears like the echo of a golden silhouette, held delicately above the faint horizon's glimmer. It drifts with soft intention through the bright morning, interlacing memory and sound into fluid radiant shade.
Each phrase you leave behind rests lightly on my senses, lifting the veils of silence with slow unfolding warmth.
I linger in the drift of color, circling your melody, finding calm where the subtle glow begins to settle. tender whisper only I can hear. The wind carries the echo of your name, a melody that sets my heart aflame. Through crowded streets, through silent nights, through moments of longing, through city lights, I chase the warmth that you leave behind, a trace of your love etched in my mind. I recall the first touch, gentle and shy, the spark between us, the silent sigh, every smile a chapter, every tear a song, in this story of us where we belong. The crimson sky melts into dusky blue. Yeah, nothing compares to the depth of you. Through seasons changing, through time's embrace, I find the reflection of your face. If distance calls, I will still arrive, for your love keeps my heart alive. No ocean, no mountain, no endless night can dim the light of a tender smile. Even in the quiet when the world sleeps, I hold you close, the memories I keep. Your laugh, your tears, your gentle way remind me that love will always stay beneath the crimson sky. I promise true. Every breath I take belongs to you. Through storms, through fire, through endless trials, our love remains eternal beneath these skies.
Velvet rain. Ooh, raindrops tap against the window pane, a gentle rhythm echoing your name. Inside the world fades, leaving only you. Every thought, every feeling, tender and true. The night hums softly, a velvet lullaby. We sit in silence, watching time drift by. Your hand finds mine, a perfect fit in this quiet moment. Our hearts commit. I remember mornings kissed by your light, the way you held me through the long night. Every word a caress, every glance a spark, guiding me gently out of the dark. Through city streets glistening under rain, through whispered secrets and gentle pain, I find in you a world so wide, a place where I can always hide. The scent of coffee, the warmth of your skin, sigh, every tear draws our story ever near. And when the world grows dark and cold, I hold your hand, our fingers both fall. The evening whispers through the amber haze, softly painting memories of our days. I walk along familiar streets alone, yet in my heart I feel your tone. Your laughter lingers like a gentle flame, filling empty corners with your name. Every shadow stretches toward the light, guided by your warmth in the quiet night. I think of the first time our hands brushed, a fleeting touch that left my spirit hushed. Through every heartbeat, every sigh, every glance, I am caught in this delicate dance. The moon reflects on the river's glass, a silver ribbon tracing moments that pass. Even in silence, I hear your song, a melody that carries me along. Through crowded days and restless hours, I carry your love like invisible flowers. Your presence blooms in the smallest things, the scent of rain, the joy a memory brings. If the world were to crumble, fade or fall, your light would remain the truest call. I follow it through storms and rain, through quiet streets and lingering pain. Every kiss a spark beneath the night sky, every glance a truth no words can deny. In this gentle, fragile, fleeting time, I hold your soul in every rhyme. Silent glow, silent glow, silent glow of your tenderness. The cafe wakes before the city breathes, windows fogged with quiet dreams. Snow falls slow like it has nowhere else to be, and I find myself already thinking of you and me. A cup of coffee warms my palms and my thoughts. Every sip feels heavier than it ought, not because it's dark or strong or new, but because it carries the silence I share with you. The street outside dressed in white. Cars move softly like they're afraid of the light. Inside this cafe, time loosens its grip. Seconds dissolve with every careful sip. Oh, your coat smells like winter air and distance. Oh, your smile breaks through my last resistance. And suddenly the snow doesn't feel so cold. It feels like a story waiting to be told. We talk in pauses and glances held too long, in quiet laughs that feel like a song. The coffee cools but the feeling stays, stretching gently across these fragile days. I never planned to fall for a moment so small. A table, 2 cups, snow against the wall. But love doesn't ask, it doesn't explain, it just arrives like snow again and again. Yeah, when the door opens and the cold slips in, wish the world would just stay thin, small enough to fit this cafe scene, where nothing hurts and everything feels clean. If winter ever tries to take this away, I'll remember your eyes and the way you stayed, because love I learned doesn't need forever. Sometimes it only needs one snowy cafe and us together. Oh, and us together. A faint and airy glow emerges through the quiet morning, lifting slender beams of light across the softened horizon. I breathe into the gentle motion, traveling through the dawn, letting each mellow shimmer settle through the center of my pulse. The subtle curve of rhythm forms beneath the pale sky, moving like a quiet river through the silence of early hours. Its serene vibration unwinds the remnants of forgotten dreams, guiding my drifting thoughts toward peaceful awakening. A delicate hum expands through the warmth of rising colors, spreading smooth reflections across the open breath of day. I follow the graceful arc woven through the tranquil stillness, allowing its soft sway to cradle the edges of my senses. Every faint refrain drifts like a sunlit feather, touching the air with gentle threads of luminous calm. I move within the serene unfolding, shaped by a quiet resonance, breathing slowly into the glow that gathers on the horizon. Your voice arrives like a glistening outline of morning hue, carry lightly by the mellow swing beneath the sun. It glides with subtle rhythm along the shimmering Softly on the shifting surface of my thoughts, I follow the luminous path on gentle, finding steady comfort, strength will I drift inside the soft unraveling waves, feeling the fragile edges melt beneath the early shell. Smooth and subtle cadence begins to stir my senses, drawing quiet lines of brightness through the air around me. It rises with the slow, graceful glow of clarity, restoring every hidden place with peaceful trembling light. A mellow pulse gathers in the silence of the dawning, touching me There's a silver shimmer resting on the early horizon, a slender glow that moves like quiet waves across my thoughts. I breathe into the softness, drifting through the gentle rays, feeling every muted tone slide easily along my pulse. The world awakens slowly underneath a warming haze, and I hear a soothing rhythm echoing through distant corners. Mellow steps unwind the fragile knots within my mind, and lead me through a delicate refrain of peaceful clarity. A tender hum rises in the stillness of the quiet air, gliding past the edges of forgotten recollections. It settles like a feather brushing lightly on my senses, carrying the warmth of gentle phrases shaped in morning colors. I let the graceful cadence gather in the spaces of my breathing, allowing every drifting spark to brighten what was dim. The soft note sways in unison with my wandering thoughts, lifting them like petals through the pale and tender aura. Your echo forms a silhouette of shimmering intention, a gentle outline dancing on the surface of my memory. It moves with the mellow swing of lightly glowing rhythms, and glides along the calmness spreading through the early hours. Every subtle tone you shape becomes a lantern for my heartbeat, guiding me across the quiet sea of new beginnings. I linger in the stillness where your harmony is rising, letting it fill the open air, a silver beam of comfort. Soft golden rays flow gently through the trembling quiet, spreading warmth across the edges of an unbroken night. I lift my thoughts into the calm unfolding sky, feeling each yellow glimmer settle softly on my senses. The rhythm drifting underneath the early glow moves with a graceful pulse that stirs my resting heartbeat. It carries hints of gentle stories waiting to be told, woven into tender shapes that shimmer in the silence.
The
entwined, letting the gentle night flow on. Your laughter drifts like a fragile tune beneath the pale embracing moon. I remember the first time our eyes collided. The universe paused, everything subsided. Your smile, a spark that lit the dawn, a flame eternal, ignited my heart. Every word you speak, every glance a secret symphony. In this quiet world where only we exist, I find my solace in the warmth of your kiss. Through fleeting hours and restless days, your presence lingers in countless ways. The scent of rain on the cobblestone reminds me that I am never alone. Your voice, soft as midnight air, wraps around me, brushing away despair. I lean closer, surrender to the night, lost in your gaze, everything feels right. The city sleeps while our story unfolds, a timeless tale that cannot be told. Every whisper, every tender embrace, edges forever in the sacred space. Even when distance dares to grow, carry your warmth in every shadow. No force, no storm can break this. I wake inside a hush of gentle amber light, where the quiet rises slowly through the pale horizon, carrying the shimmer of a day not yet spoken. In the soft unfolding glow I hear a tender rhythm, circle like a promise drifting through the open air. Your distant silhouette appears in fading echoes, and every breath you leave behind becomes a fragile thread that pulls me toward the center of a calm, unfolding dawn. I wander through the warmth that gathers on the skyline, letting the subtle shimmer wrap around my restless pulse. There's a tender breeze that hums along the edge of memory, filling every empty corner with the quiet drifting harmony. I feel the mellow swing beneath my feet, a gentle pulse that carries me across the early hours, and suddenly the world begins to bloom in soft refrains that sparkle like the quiet of a hopeful dream. floating lightly on the rhythm of a slow awakening. I follow every tone you leave suspended in the air, letting them settle softly on the rising colors of the sky. Every note becomes a pathway to the calm within the quiet, and I move with the mellow sway that circles through the morning. If I listen long enough, the world becomes a canvas painted with the subtle pulses of you. There's a calm unfolding waiting for me, lifting tender fragments of the night that slowly fades. Each gentle resonance circles like a whispered promise, guiding me toward the mellow clarity beneath the morning sky. A delicate pattern forms inside the hush of waking hours, woven from faint echoes floating through the luminous air. I follow the smooth sway resting on the trembling breeze, letting it soften all the corners where my worries live. The slow brightening tone unfurls in graceful motion, gliding through my heartbeat with a tranquil amber glow. It paints the quiet with light lines of drifting harmony, inviting me to linger in the warmth that slowly deepens. Your distant outline rises like a silhouette of sound, shining through the golden edge of still unbroken daylight. It carries gentle phrasing, shade from soft intention. There's a golden hush suspended over early quiet, casting warm reflections through the stillness of the dawn. I ease into the tender glow that stretches toward the skyline, letting every subtle glimmer soften the weight of lingering night. A low mellow rhythm hums beneath the sides, swinging through the morning air with delicate intention. The pulse is smooth, unfolding like a feathered echo, guiding my restless thoughts to a gentle equilibrium. A faint vibration circles through the warm horizon, shaping fragile silhouettes. its graceful movement through the brightening air. Its gentle curves unwind the tangled remnants of the night, illuminating quiet corners with soft expanding color. I step within the tender sweep of glowing resonance, allowing it to guide my senses toward a peaceful center. Your distant melody appears like softened sunlight, casting a quiet trail of warmth along my drifting memory. It glides with effortless poise across the trembling brightness, binding sound and radiance into a single tender outline. Every phrase you shape becomes a small awakening, nudging open the petals of the slowly stirring morning. I hold the luminous echoes resting on your gentle cadence, letting them gather into steady comfort at my core. Morning light leans against the glass, snow rests quietly letting hours pass. The cafe hums with a gentle sound, like it knows something sacred has been found.
I trace circles in the steam between us, wondering how this became so precious. Coffee stains mark the table like time, each one a memory, simple and kind. Outside,
Winter slows the beating streets, every footstep softened beneath our feet. Inside, your voice wraps around the room,
turning ordinary air into something warm and true. I never thought love would feel this calm. No fireworks, no sudden alarm, just a steady rhythm of cups and breath, a quiet defiance of the rush of everything else. Snow gathers secrets on every ledge, while we sit here balanced on the edge, between what was and what might begin, between the cold outside and the warmth within.
your hand finds mine without a word, and suddenly everything makes sense unheard. Like coffee and snow were meant to meet, bitter and pure in perfect retreat. The cafe clock forgets how to move,
As if time itself approves
of two hearts learning how to stay without promises, without needing to say. When we finally stand to leave this place, snow waits. Soft radiance drifts across the gentle edge of waking, carrying a shimmer born from the early rise of morning. I breathe into the tender quiet resting on the horizon, letting its subtle glow ripple through the center of my thought.
A mellow rhythm unfolds beneath the pale and trembling sky.
Moving like a delicate stream across the calm within my chest.
Its airy pulse invites me toward a brighter field of clarity, where every drifting line of sound becomes a guiding lantern.
all the remnants of the night. The warm vibration carries traces of a promise unspoken, a quiet invitation shaped from soft awakening hue.
It glides around my breathing with serene, unhurried grace, wrapping my restless pulse in mellow rising comfort. Your distant tone appears like the echo of a golden silhouette, held delicately above the faint horizon's glimmer. It drifts with soft intention through the brightening morning, interlacing memory and sound into fluid radiant shade.
Each phrase you leave behind rests lightly on my senses,
Lifting the veils of silence with slow unfolding warmth. I linger in the drift of color, circling your melody, finding calm where the subtle glow begins to settle. And burns in shades of red, a promise of love unspoken, unsaid. I see your reflection in the fading light, a fleeting vision holding me tight. Every step I take, I feel you're near, a tender whisper only I can hear. The wind carries the echo of your name, a melody that sets my heart aflame. Through crowded streets, through silent night, through crowded streets, through silent nights, through moments of longing, through city lights, I chase the warmth that you leave behind, a trace of your love etched in my mind. I recall the first touch, gentle and shy, the spark between us, the silent sigh. Every smile a chapter, every tear a song in this story of us, where we belong. The crimson sky melts into dusky blue, yet nothing compares to the depth of you. Through seasons changing, through time's embrace, I find the reflection of your face. If distance calls, I will still arrive, for your love keeps my heart alive. No ocean, no mountain, no endless mile can dim the light of your tender smile. Even in the quiet, when the world sleeps, I hold you close in memories I keep. Your laugh, your tears, your gentle way remind me that love will always stay beneath the crimson sky. I promise true.
cafe waits before the city breeze. Windows fogged with quiet dreams. Snow falls slow like it has nowhere else to be. And I find myself already thinking of you and me. A cup of coffee warms my palms and my thoughts. Every sip feels heavier than it ought. Not because it's dark or strong or new, but because it carries the silence I share with you. Oh, the street outside is dressed in white. Cars move softly like they're afraid of the light. Inside this cafe, time loosens its grip. The seconds dissolve with every careful sip. Your coat smells like winter air and distance. Your smile breaks through my last resistance. And suddenly the snow doesn't feel so cold. It feels like a story waiting to be told. We talk in pause, in glances held too long, in quiet laughs that feel like a song. Ooh, the coffee cools, but the feeling stays, stretching gently across these fragile days. I never planned to fall for a moment so small. A table, 2 cups, snow against the wall. But love doesn't ask, it doesn't explain. It just arrives like snow, again and again. When the door opens and a cold slips in, I wish the world would just stay thin, small enough to fit this cafe scene. Ooh, where nothing hurts and everything feels clean. If winter ever tries to take this away, I'll remember your eyes and the way you stayed. Because love, I learned, doesn't need forever. Sometimes it only needs one.
每天挥舞大锤100遍，哈哈，你也会拥有像我一样完美的肱二头肌。
There's a silver shimmer resting on the early horizon. Slender glow that moves like quiet waves across my thoughts. I breathe into the softness drifting through the gentle wind, feeling every tone slide easily on my arm. The world awakens slowly underneath the warming haze, and I hear the soothing rhythm echoing through distant corners. Its mellow steps unwind the fragile knots within my mind and lead me through a delicate refrain of peaceful clarity. A tender hum rises in the stillness of the quiet air, gliding past the edges of forgotten recollections. It settles like a feather brushing lightly on my senses, carrying the warmth of gentle phrases shaped in morning colors. I let the graceful cadence gather in the spaces of my breathing, allowing every drifting spark to brighten what was dim. The soft will sways in unison with my wandering thoughts, lifting them like petals through the pale and tender aura. Your echo forms a silhouette of shimmering intention, a gentle outline dancing
through the trembling heart, spreading warmth across the edges of an unbroken morning. I lift my thoughts into the calm unfolding sky, feeling each mellow glimmer settle softly on my senses, the rhythm drifting underneath the early glow moves with the graceful pulse that stirs my resting heartbeat. It carries hints of gentle stories waiting to be told, woven into tender shapes that shimmer in the silence. A delicate refrain sweeps lightly past my breathing, tinged with shades of amber rising through the hush. It circles me with lines of smooth and merry harmonies, opening quiet spaces where my wandering thoughts can settle. I follow the warm cadence swirling through the brightness, writing's gentle sway guide me toward new awakenings. Its soft unfolding motion drifts like floating color, painting every moment with a steady, peaceful glow. Your distant tone appears like sunlight on the horizon, a warm reflection resting lightly on my memory. It echoes with a gentle sway that brightens every shadow, gliding calmly through the stillness of the morning air. Each tender phrase settles deep within my breathing, blinding with the quiet shimmer rising from the dawn. I trace the contours of the sound you leave behind, finding comfort in the golden pulse that guides me.
The night falls like whispered dreams, soft shadows dancing under silver beams. I trace your silhouette against the glow, every heartbeat telling me what I already know. Through quiet streets we wander slow, hands entwined, letting the gentle night flow. Your laughter drifts like a fragile tune beneath the pale embracing moon. I remember the first time our eyes collided. The universe paused, everything subsided. Your smile spark that lit the dark, a flame eternal igniting my heart. Every word you speak a melody, every glance a secret symphony. In this quiet world where only we exist, I find my solace in the warmth of your through fleeting hours and restless days. Your presence lingers in countless ways. The scent of rain on the cobblestone reminds me that I am never alone. Your voice, soft as midnight air, wraps around me, brushing away despair. I lean closer, surrender to the night. Lost in your gaze, everything feels right. The city sleeps while our story unfolds, a timeless tale that cannot be told. Every whisper, every tender embrace etches forever in this sacred space. Soft currents drift beneath the pale rising moving gently through the quiet shapes of early day. I lean into the warmth that gathers on the horizon, feeling every subtle shimmer brush along my feet. There's a calm unfolding rhythm humming near my thoughts, lifting tender fragments of the night that slowly fades. Each gentle resonance circles like a whispered promise, guiding me toward the mellow clarity beneath the morning sky. A delicate pattern forms inside the hush of waking hours, woven from faint echoes floating through the luminous air. I follow the smoothest way, resting on the trembling breeze, letting it soften all the corners where my worries hid. The slow brightening tone unfurls in graceful motion, gliding through my heartbeat with a tranquil amber glow. It paints the quiet lines of drifting harmony, inviting me to linger in the warmth that slowly deepens. Your distant outline rises like a silhouette of sun, shining through the golden edge of still unbroken daylight. It carries gentle phrasing shaped from soft intention, settling on the morning air like lightly falling color. Every subtle tone you leave becomes a quiet lantern, guiding me across the early path of calm renewal. I hold the glow you cast upon my wandering thoughts, carrying it deeper into the shape of waking hours. Watch you spend it over early quiet, casting warm reflections through the stillness of the dawn. I ease into the tender glow that stretches toward the skyline, letting every subtle glimmer soften the weight of lingering night. A low and mellow rhythm hums beneath the silence, swaying through the morning air with delicate intention. The pulse is smooth, unfolding like a feathered echo, guiding my restless thoughts toward gentle equilibrium. A faint vibration circles through the warm horizon, shaping fragile syllables of calm within my breathing. I lean into the rising shimmer that spreads across the hours, following its graceful movement through the brightening air. Its gentle curves unwind the tangled remnants of the night, illuminating quiet corners with soft expanding color. I step within the tender sweep of glowing resonance, allowing it to guide my senses toward a peaceful center. Your distant melody appears like softened sunlight, casting a quiet trail of warmth along my drifting memory. It glides with effortless poise across the trembling brightness, binding sound and radiance into a single tender outline. Every phrase you shape becomes a small awakening, nudging open the petals of the slow stirring morning. I hold the luminous echoes resting on gentle feeling, letting them gather into steady comfort at my morning light leans against the glass, silence quietly, letting hours pass. The cafe hums with a gentle sound, like you know something sacred has been found.
I trace circles in the steam between us, wondering how this became so precious. Coffee stains mark the table like time, each one a memory, simple and kind.
Outside, winter slows the beating streets, every footstep softened beneath our feet. Inside,
Your voice wraps around the room, turning ordinary air into something warm and true. I never thought love would feel this calm. No fireworks, no sudden alarm, just the steady rhythm of cups and breath, a quiet defiance of the rush of everything else. No gather secrets on every ledge, while we sit here balanced on the edge between what was cold outside and the warmth within.
Your hand finds mine without a word, and suddenly everything makes sense unheard. Like coffee and snow were meant to meet, bitter and pure in perfect retreat. The cafe clock forgets how to move, as if time itself approves of two hearts learning how to stay without promises, without needing to say. When we finally stand to leave this place,
Snow waits patiently falling with grace,
and I know even when this day is gone,
its warmth will quiet.
linger on, because love doesn't shout, it doesn't race. Sometimes it simply shares a space, a small cafe, a winter view, coffee cooling, snow falling, and me choosing you.
Soft radiance drifts across the gentle edge of waking, carrying a shimmer born from the early rise of morning. I breathe into the tender quiet resting on the horizon, letting its subtle glow ripple through the center of my thought.
A mellow rhythm unfolds beneath the pale and trembling sky, moving like a delicate stream across the calm within my chest. Its airy pulse invites me toward a brighter field of clarity, where every drifting line of sound becomes a guiding lantern.
The hush of dawn expands in smooth unbroken motion, spreading luminous threads through slowly shifting shadows. I follow the faint cadence, circling light in the air, letting its gentle sway dissolve the remnants of the night.
Vibration carries traces of a promise unspoken.
A quiet invitation shaped from soft awakening hues. It glides around my breathing with serene, unhurried grace, wrapping my restless pulse in mellow rising comfort. Your distant tone appears like the echo of a golden silhouette, held delicately above the faint horizon's glimmer. It drifts with soft intention through the brightened morning, interlacing memory and sound into fluid radiant shade.
Each phrase you leave behind rests lightly on my senses, lifting the veils of silence with slow unfolding warmth.
I linger in the drift of color, circling your melody, finding calm where the subtle glow begins to settle. Every step I take, I feel you near. A tender whisper only I can hear. The wind carries the echo of your name, a melody that sets my heart aflame. Through crowded streets, through silent nights, through moments of longing, through city lights, I chase the warmth that you leave behind, a trace of your love etched in my mind. I recall the first touch, gentle and shy, the spark between us, the silent sigh, every smile a chapter, every tear a song, in this story of us where we belong. The crimson sky melts into dusky blue. Yeah, nothing compares to the depth of you. Through seasons changing, through time's embrace, I find the reflection of your face. If distance calls, I will still arrive, for your love keeps my heart alive. No ocean